Alright, keep it high, keep it tight. I'm Jay Mercer V Guy. Welcome back to another review, 5-minute review. And first of all, two things that I gotta get out of the way before this review starts. Number one, I'm sorry that I didn't get to this album sooner. To be honest, it just came down to I didn't get around to it. It's has nothing to do with how the album performed. It has nothing to do with when it was released. It was released earlier this year, not too long ago. It just comes down to I did not get around to reviewing this album. And secondly, I hope you guys like the new intro. I'm very, very happy with how it came out, and I hope you guys like it. I hope it's appealing to you guys and all that good stuff. So moving on from there, we are talking, of course, about Judas Priest's album Firepower. So, oh man. Okay, so this is a band with a very, very undeniably legendary career. They are Judas Priest needs no introduction. I don't need to sit here sometimes and for 30 seconds tell you about this band. This isn't an obscure band. This is a band that I would assume that most of the people that listen to this channel watch this channel on a regular basis because I obviously do a lot of rock and metal reviews, although that's not all I do because I'm planning on doing some hip hop and rap type stuff soon, especially with fan appreciation, if I can speak. But Judas Priest is a band that really needs no introduction. They are legendary in the realm of heavy metal, and they have released, if you count this one, and if you're only counting full-length studio releases, they have released 18 albums. 18, and a lot of extended plays, a lot of compilation albums. And Rob Halford, the lead vocalist, is almost in his 70s, and he literally sounds like this band. I'll come right out of the gate and say this album is a bona fide contender for Album of the Year because it is absolutely stellar and phenomenal. This is by far the most with it, most together album that Judas Priest has released, maybe for decades. This album is amazing from start to finish. It is just the right amount of time. The construction of each piece is just so intricately done. It's phenomenal. It sounds, what I was going to say is, Rob Halford, he's almost 70. The other band members, they're getting older. And yet he still sounds, and the entire band sounds, as if they just made Painkiller last week. Rob Halford hits these shrieking, almost AC/DC type singing notes, and he's just belting out these notes like it's nothing. And I am going to go out on a limb and say that I don't think Judas Priest is going to release an album like this ever again. Now, I hope they prove me wrong, but I just don't know how much time the band necessarily has in them, because for young people it's hard to make feature-length albums and then go on tours and do all this type of stuff, and they're getting older, and it's not just about getting older. They might just want to enjoy the fruits of their labor. They might want to take in what they've done in their career, because it's not like they probably haven't needed to make music for decades at this point. And it just comes down to maybe they could do an occasional tour or something, but I don't even know if they will make another album after this. More and more older bands from the period that Judas Priest was formed in are slowly beginning to disband. So it's like, will they be the next? Who knows? I'd love to see them make another album. But this is, the kinesis on the album is undeniable, and it is by far the most with it album that they have made for decades. And it's from songs like, I believe it's called Children of the Sun and Necromancer. And to be honest, for whatever reason, the track that really stood out to me is just the instrumental track. I think it's the seventh or eighth track, but I'm wanting to say it's seventh track on the album. It's entitled Guardians or Guardian, and it really, really, it's there at a good time. I really, really enjoyed this album. It feels as if Judas Priest just got in the studio, and through their fingertips and through their vocal styles, it's just like every type of energetic type of sound that they had going for them in their prime just came out and flushed itself out all at once, and it's a great experience. So I'm going to give this album a perfect 10 out of 10. It's rare to see a band that's this old in their career be able to make something this powerful and this impressive. If you watched my list of my top 30 favorite rock and metal bands, number one, thank you. And number two, you'll know that Judas Priest was on that list and they were actually pretty high. So I'll talk to you guys next time. This has been Jay Morse Review Guy. I'm signing off saying farewell.